guys, welcome back to the Arbor League. I am ArborAndy. Just wanted to give a big shout out this week today to Sassifras. He's another YouTube content creator for PokemonGo as well, and he just reached 1,000 subscribers today. So let's go. He's getting monetized. I'm working up on there, not quite shy of 100 yet, but we're gonna keep at it. So as long as we water Sudowoodo here with likes and subscribes, he will continue to grow, or else he will revert back into a Bonsly, and we can't have that. So let's see what we're doing today. We are going to be doing some of these battles that I've created. It's a little bit of a grass hole team. Basically, my thought process with this, where there are a lot of the meta that I work on fighting against, is that take a core. Like, you've got Talonflame is a pretty big one in this because there's a lot of ice in here. So we've got Lantern as a hard counter to Talonflame, because I was encountering a lot of Talonflame leads. The flying is resisted by the electric, and the fire is resisted by the water, so we've got a pretty hard counter to Talonflame in the lead, and we're pretty weak to Talonflame. Double effective with the Chesnaught in the back, so we've got Lantern on the lead with Spark, Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump, standard move set, and then we've got Shiftry, Best Buddy, and a Hundo, which is, I'm planning on powering him up to the Ultra League, but he's got Snarl, Foul Play, and Leaf Blade, and the Foul Plays can hit for some pretty neutral damage back on the flyers if you get to it. And then we've got Chesnaught in the back, if you've realized this moveset already, Smackdown, Gyro Ball, and Energy Ball. Yes, we're running Smackdown Chesnaught, because we're going to be smackdowning some ice and some fires and some flyers. So generally, if they don't have a response, or if they have a response to a Lantern in the front and they switch out, or we need to switch out to our grass, then they will switch out to their Talonflame. And as you've seen before, the Smackdowns just annihilate Talonflames, they annihilate Charizards, even some Ice type. And that's why I was running some Gyro Ball as well, because the superpower does hit Ice for super effective, but a lot of the Ice in this meta are Flyers or Frostlass. So it does take a while to get to Gyro Ball there, but let's go into some of these battles and see what we got going on. I did get a 3-2, and then I have a bonus battle to show everyone at the end. I wasn't having very good luck today. I was running into a lot of tap teams, or at least double tap. So this is our 3-2 here, and oh yeah, we did glitch out. I was when I was starting my sets, it gave the glitch to that you didn't refresh your battles, and I thought I was starting new, so I had to refresh that. Anyways, on to our first battle. We got Lantern up against Talonflame. Here we go. This is where we want to see it. So they're going to want to switch out, but for some reason this opponent is staying in, which is very negative for them, because usually they try to throw a Brave Bird and Duck, but that's not very effective. You're going to have to boost it up first, and we're not going to shield the first Flame Charge or Brave Bird, so they're going to be getting a shield from us and still staying in. And I'm just going to stay in because I know they built up the 2 Flame Charges, so if they're going to Flame Charge Brave Bird, which does about half of Lantern's health after the boost, as you can see, it still does about a third, we're still okay here, and we have a Chespin Evolution Mirror Match here. And this Quilladin is also running Low Kick, which doesn't get to Charge Moves very quickly, not as much as Vine Whip does, but neither does Smackdown. On the bright side, the Smackdown is hitting Quilladin for neutral damage, because Quilladin isn't quite yet the fighting type. He's just a standard grass type yet. So we get to our Energy Ball, and I was going to throw the Gyro Ball, but I was expecting a shield, but he didn't shield, and we get the defense drop. Either way, we get to Smackdown because this Quilladin is not getting to another charge move anytime soon. So the Talonflame comes back in to get Smackdown all the way down, but we go down to lag here because we didn't, Niantic didn't let us do that. They're like, nope, no space for you today. So fix your game, Niantic. We're still looking good here because they're going to need to, again, boost their Brave Bird here. And here I shield because we did need to preserve a little bit of health on Lantern, and we would have gone down to wouldn't have gone down to the Flame Charge, we would have gone down to the Incinerate afterwards. So I'm just going to farm this thing all the way down, and we're matching shields with whatever's in the back, and it's a Stunfisk. So there's a good thing about Lantern is that it can hit back for super effective damage with the water onto the G-Fisk's ground, and we basically have it walled here with Shiftry. We can just come back in and wall this. We don't even need shields. We can snarl this all the way down because not only is the ground and the electric resisted by Shiftry, not do very lot of damage, even though Shiftry is kind of glassy, but we can survive about 3 or 4 mud bombs or discharges, and we snarl down, so good game. On to the next one. We've got Lantern onto Ufisk. So they're going to be spamming us out with mud bombs quicker than we're able to with Hydro Pump. So I throw the grass. I know I'm doing smackdowns and not very effective damage to the Stunfisk, but the grass is to lure out the fire, and we do. And as you can tell, these smackdowns just added up. We smackdown all the way down. And today, yeah, not only were tap or double tap teams, was a lot of lag teams. We get the lag, and they go down without shields, come back in to throw the energy ball. They should be getting a shield, and we still don't need a shield because Chesnaught is still kind of healthy, and these discharges and mud bombs do absolutely nothing. We've also got another response to the Ufisk with the Shiftry, so basically we can let this go down. Their fire is gone, their grass or their ground is out, and we can hopefully line up Lantern with whatever's in the back, probably a Frostlass, or we'll see here. Yeah, my plan is to come in with Shiftry, just absorb all this damage because everything's resisted, as you can tell in the last match. But they do a beautiful catch onto an Obstagoon, so they can do super effective with the counters and the cross chops. But Shiftry with shields, this is why we have them. We do Leaf Blade, do a ton of neutral damage, we're up on shields with Obstagoon, and we don't have to shield a thing because these Night Slashes are gonna be spammed out. Might be worrisome if they get the boost, but they don't, and we'll get to the Thunderbolt before they get to another cross chop, and they'll definitely have to shield this one because it'll be taking them out, if not getting them very low, and we can spark them down and start using our shields. But this is why Shiftry is a great Pokemon. He's kind of glassy, but with shields in the back, he's fantastic because Snarl charges moves very quickly, so does Bullet Seed, and he's got very spammy moves like Leaf Blade and Foul Play. So there goes his last shield, and we still survive another cross chop, getting to yet another Thunderbolt, and this should be taking out the Obstagoon, and we're still looking good. Lantern, alright, there's still the Stunfisk in the back, I forgot. Okay, yeah, this is alright because, again, they've lost their shields, and even though this is a Mud Bomb, I can let it go and just take them out with a Leaf Blade on Shiftry. Because we did not want to line that Shiftry up with the Obstagoon. The Dark is resisted on the Dark, and they had a shield, so that was my plan, coming with the Lantern. Lantern is tanky, absorb a bunch of damage, these discharges not doing anything, and I think right before I get to my move, or after I throw this one, the opponent does realize that the game is over and ends up surrendering. We just get to see how much this Leaf Blade does, so not quite taking it out. That's right, we snarl down and take the win. Good game. Shiftry the closer. On to our next battle. Up against Lantern, leading into an Altaria. Okay, none of our grasses want to see the Altaria. The good thing, though, is that Smackdown does hit for super effective, but we don't want to switch into it right away because then our counter's gone. They can only go for Moonblast or Dragon Pulse here because the Sky type would be resisted. So we're just going to spam out these Thunderbolts here. Still doing a ton of neutral damage to Altaria. But they come in with their Vigoroth, and I come in with my Chesnaught here, thinking, okay, maybe I can Smackdown or at least get a shield here. Yeah, because was this the one that I lose? Oh yeah, because these body slams hit. Still, they hit Chesnaught for a lot of damage, and we're getting some lag here, and we're gonna have to shield this body slam because it is going to be taking us out. Chesnaught is a little bit more frail, in the Great League as opposed to the Ultra Leagues. Better in the Ultra League, but these Smackdowns are still hitting up Vigoroth pretty good. No debuff on the Energy Ball, which is unfortunate, and we're going to get countered down, but luckily our opponent throws, which is good for us because now they're just wasting energy, and we can come in with, I believe, Lantern here. Yes, and right away, just because I wanted to gain energy on the Lantern and have a Thunderbolt ready for the Altaria coming back in. And this is too early. This is just a Body Slam, so this isn't going to be Bulldoze or anything. I'm going to let this go. Because Lantern is kind of tanky. We can take a few more counters. Oh no, I did throw. Okay, so that was CMP. That's alright. So now we're going to have to shield on Lantern. So what's my play here? I think still saving a shield for Shiftry. Because we've got the Alolan Golem. And this is not looking good for us because Shiftry doesn't resist those rock moves. But he switched out, which means I felt that he had maybe Rock Blast Thunderbolt. And obviously bait back out the Altaria. Yeah, spam out some foul plays here. Yeah, shield that Sky Attack would have been taking us out. I think I wanted to get at least 1 or 2 foul plays off because that still would have been doing a ton of damage to Altaria, but they don't shield. We're down on shields, so they could go Stone Edge and take us out here. But we're going to get to our Leaf Blade, and the Graveler wins CMP. I hate to see it. This is going to be the Stone Edge. They farmed it to Season 11, and this is going to be taking us out. My only win con here is surrendering, because the Volt Switches are neutral on Lantern, and he would have made a Rock Blast, because that was 2 more Volt Switches, and our Thunderbolt was resisted. We're not getting to that Hydro Pump, so... Next one into Lantern against A-Slash. Well, this is pretty positive because we resist the Powder Snows, we resist the Ice Punch. He didn't build up to a Bulldoze here either, so this is just going to be an Ice Punch. Even if it is a Bulldoze, we can take 1. Lantern's tanky. He's baiting, or not baiting, he's just going straight Ice Punch. So I'm just going to go straight Thunderbolt here, at least build up to the Hydro Pump and threaten it with a shield here because... you can only hit back for Bulldoze, and even Bulldoze isn't that great of a move, and he lets it go. So perfect, and we can just farm him all the way down, shield whatever he throws afterwards. But he does make a beautiful swap into Altaria, and I am going to throw the Thunderbolt just to get possibly a shield or do a ton of neutral damage, and then we can smack all the way down with Chesnaught. And he lets it go, and that's my plan. Because we're matching shields right now, we can just shield a Sky Attack if he gets to it and smack him all the way down. So this is great. This is the dream swap. What you want to see. The Flyers into Chesnaught, and they go, well, grass isn't going to do anything. You're wrong. Smackdown is just going to be annihilating, and the opponent surrenders. As you can see here, Smackdown Chesnaught making opponents instant surrender. On to battle 4, I believe. This is 4 or 5 here, so... We got a Charmer. And this, our whole team loses to... Lantern can take some charms, but we are going to need a shield, and we may lose in the 1. So I do have to stay in this. Luckily, the opponent does switch out. I may have made a mistake there throwing the Thunderbolt. What was coming in there? Okay, the Ufisk. That was definitely a mistake. I should have gone Hydro Pump, or at least starting the shield, because we would have been pretty close to one-shotting it there. But this is okay with... I can come in with Shiftry and... redeem myself because we resist everything this thing throws, so we can farm up to 100 energy and spam out the Leaf Blades. I always wanted to be on top, or at least be 1 move ahead, 1 charge move ahead of them, because then we can, if they do make a swap or let it go, we can just keep farming, and when that Altaria comes back in, we've got some foul plays to throw. So this is just going to be another discharge. We resist everything. And yes, we're just going to snarl all the way down. There's no point in throwing here. And they don't swap out because they don't want to lose switch. And I panicked through. I don't know why. I don't know why I was... what was I expecting to come back in? There was a... that's definitely a mistake because they take about the same energy cost. Foul play is 1 more snarl than Leaf Blade. So now they would have shield. I think the play was to shield there because the second time you would have been throwing the super effective move. But they're just going to save both their shields for the Wigglytuff, and this is really unfortunate here because we don't get to charge moves very quickly with Lantern, and these Smackdowns don't get stabbed. Yeah, I guess this is why it's the 3-2. Yeah, right. So we're going down here to Charms. quick and fast, and so not the best team against Charmers, not climbing per se, but it is fun to run. Just, I guess nobody needs to know what happens when you run into these tap 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 teams, so maybe there's a way of getting out of that. It's a rough lead when you get a charm in the lead, because then they don't swap out and they just destroy your back line and getting that loss, but that's alright. Getting that 3-2. And then what do we got for bonus battles here? Obviously this is going to be a win. Okay, try number 2. So even, you know, when you lose, you like having fun, because this season I've just stopped caring about ELO. It's all about fun now, because it just gets a little bit stressful, and with COVID and everything else, we get stressed out. So Dream lead up against Frostlass, because we're water, so we resist all the powder snows and the avalanche. We just have to watch out for the Shadow Ball. We can tank one, have to shield the next. That's kind of how I play this matchup, and I just go straight Thunderbolt because I feel it's just more energy efficient than Hydro Pump, because Frostlass is pretty frail, so they will have to shield one of these or let it go, which is good for us. And I don't shield this one because I feel this was, or at least, like I said, it's a Shadow Ball, we can take it. And it is the Shadow Ball, so it does a good chunk of health, probably about 2/3 there. But we do resist the powder snow, so we then shield once and farm all the way down. And then we have the ice out of the way. We just have to worry if there's a fire in the type, and they fire in the back, so they didn't switch out, which makes me feel that there is. So we'll see what comes in next, and it's going to be the Stunfisk, and this is running Hydro Pump. This is going to be taking out the U-Fisk, if not getting it very low, so this is going to be warning a shield, and both our back Pokemon can handle this very well, and we'll just have to see what comes in the back. Fire save swap again, Smackdown of Marowak. So feels good. We've got a shield, and all we have to do is shield once again. It might bait the Bone Club, but that was alright. We survive a Shadow Ball. They let the Energy Ball go even as it's resisted. It still does, looks to me, about a quarter of AWAC's health. So yeah, we can just shield up the Shadow Ball and Smackdown all the way down and be ready for the U-Fisk in the back. Even another Discharge or Mud Bomb is not going to KO Chesnaught from this range, because they are both resisted by the grass. And he goes for the Mud Bomb. I believe the Discharge would, I think they do about the same damage, but either way, letting this go, I mean, we did get our Energy Ball, but we've got Shiftry, gets to charge moves quicker. We can get 2 Leaf Blades off, make a sack if we have to, onto the Lantern, but our Shiftry is full health, and we don't have to shield anything, and the opponent surrenders. So good game to my opponent. So those were the battles. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Help PseudoWood grow. Help the channel grow with your likes and subscribes. I'll leave a link to Sassifras' channel in the description. But subscribe to the Arbor League, because there will be more Pokemon Go battles content like this. And I'll see you buds next time. Or Pokemon Go battles content. Or Pokemon Go battles content. If you liked, have any comments. So that was the video. If you guys like the team,